Welcome back to One Crack News. As Joy Reid is out, okay, everyone has been kind of moving around, shocked, mouths dropped to the floor, as they can't believe what's happening at MSNBC. Like, oh my God, this is such a travesty. Why don't they understand or read the writing? You got to read the writing on the wall. This has nothing to do with what you guys probably think. Oh, this is payback from Trump. And this has nothing to do with Trump. I mean that. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. This has everything to do with business. So the readout show first, I remember it lost its 7 p.m. spot first. And everybody was freaking out when that happened. Then other changes happened with the show and freaked a lot of people out, and they started to panic. The reason why is because the readout show was not pulling in the numbers it was usually pulling because of the network. The network was going under new management, new ownership. Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones, was the president of the company. And at that time, it was all fun and games. It was one big party until it was not. And once that happened, nobody's job was safe. And everybody was going to get shut down. It was clear. It was swift and decisive. So her contract was up, and that has been that. She's been talking reckless, but so has Donald Trump. He's president of the United States, and then it's weird that everybody who seems to be supporting Trump has a problem with Joy Reid and the way she's talking. And I'm like, why would you sit there and be upset with what she's saying if you okay with what Trump's saying? That just don't make any sense. If it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech. Right? I'm like, how you gonna turn around and be hypocritical? How you gonna turn around and be that hypocritical in one move? She said this about Trump. She said he was an insurgentist. And and I mean, the people that's outraged, y'all move, y'all act like insurgentists. If anybody don't agree with Trump, they gotta be shut down, they gotta lose their job, they gotta be thrown out into the streets. Whatever happened to everybody have their own rights, right? Freedom in America. It seemed to be like it's only free when it's whoever we like. I only hear about Joy Reid because I don't really watch the show to see every single thing she said. But what I've seen was nothing to get me all upset. I mean, hell, I've seen worse on Fox News. Fox News is the worst station there is. That's by far. Fox News, I mean, I swear I was at the airport and somebody had Fox News on, and it was just like, I cannot listen to them. I don't know. You would be insane to listen to those people. They don't even make sense. Nothing they saying is factual. They paint a narrative that don't exist. It's just to fit an agenda. And this, what's this, Laura Graham lady, the one that looked like her face is just stiff? Laura Ingraham or whatever. She's just terrible. Just like a miserable person. So it's like they're not even in tune with reality. They're just stuck with a notion and a narrative that they want to keep playing out. And it's like every show is the same. Like there's no pushback. There's nobody there to give you another side. There's no devil's advocate. There's nothing. You either gonna go one our way and that's it. We agree all the time. Let's bring in another specialist who gives us another look at it. Well, it's kind of like what you said. I'd be like, well, damn, if he's not giving us another side of the coin, what are we doing here? Now, because it's so bad, and then Trump spoke out about her firing, saying she's the worst person on television. She's the most untalented person on television. I'm like, he said that about everybody. Every time somebody there, Don Lemon was it, and everybody else, CNN was the worst network in the world. And then he had the nerve to call a black woman racist. That's really funny. I'm like, really? Black woman racist? Amazing. Well, MSNBC, because NBC is definitely a left provided channel. It's NBC. But they have a new president now, and the new president is making some new changes. And the new changes is going to put a lot of people out of position. And I don't think they're going to like it when all of these changes are done. And once all of these changes are clear and people start to see it for what it truly is, they're going to be upset. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them are going to be upset. The View will be next. I don't know. The View seems like they cover more topics. they're not just political. So they have their own group and their own following. But I don't really watch those shows. That's not my brand of entertainment. Like the Reid show is not really my brand of entertainment. But I've seen how these shows work and they operate. And my thing is, if you're going to be mad at Joy Reid for what she's doing, then how can this Laura Ingraham on Fox News still have a job? It's all about the ratings. Because she's been saying some crazy things in the past. They got mad at her. Like I see Joy Reid name pop up whenever I see controversy or she said something. That's the only time I see Joy Reid saying anything other than. Like she was saying, oh, she said this on Twitter about gay marriages and how a man shouldn't kiss a man. And she was like, I was hacked. I don't remember ever saying anything like that. So because she couldn't recall saying anything like that, people were like, no, she's trying to play both sides. She knows she did it. So you're never going to win. And that's just the gist of the situation. Some people are okay with being okay. Other people are not. That's just the way it is. Some people are okay with being okay. But that's what I'm saying. It's fake outrage. It's a lot of fake outrage out there. People, yeah, I'm glad she gone. For what? You didn't watch the show. Let's get them all of these Kamala Harris people. I'll be like, dude, like, how old are you? Are you telling me you sit around there and watch these shows? No, I don't like her. Okay, well, if you didn't like her, then what's the point of this comment? You see? People tell on themselves without even knowing it. They do. They didn't even probably know what the hell they did when they did it too. That's the crazy part about it. My thing is, I don't care which way Reid went with her decision. That's her decision. But what's baffling to me is how everybody is so up in arms about it. You know, it's like you're really disturbed. Like this is really disturbing you. It's like, come on, please. I see them all the time. They say the same things. They do the same things. It never changed. It's always the same type of people. Always the same kind of people. Yeah, they restructuring. Everybody's getting the hell up out of there. That's just it. You got to go. They don't care. That's the biggest thing about it. They don't care. The network, when they bring in new ownership, that's bound to happen. Every time there's new ownership, there's going to be a changing of the guard. People's jobs has got to go. Not just, and that's what I'm saying. It's not just her. Other people have been fired. Yeah, it's employees that just got fired. They lost their jobs, and people are like, hey, this is kind of crazy. You know, where's our jobs? You know, like we didn't even get notified. Like it's crazy. They didn't even get a notification saying they were fired. Now, how crazy is that? Now, if you had a job, right, you'll be pretty pissed off if somebody lets you go and you have no chance to move up anywhere in the company or anything. You're just out of there. There's no chance at advancement. That's why I always say it's the worst kind of people. They find the worst kind of people to make any decisions. The restructuring, it don't work. Restructuring don't work. When you lose your best shows to get some cheaper show because you're trying to trim the salaries, you look at ESPN, right? ESPN let go all of those faces. And they saying, hey, we're okay, our numbers suck. But we ain't gonna pay out all this money because of it. Okay? Joy Reid makes a considerable amount of money because she got people that follow her. She got a cult following. She knows what she's doing. And that's the narrative. People are weird for some reason. No, I never looked at it that way. My thing is this: people think she's so divisive. If she's so divisive, the person y'all rooting for is probably the most divisive human being there is. So it's like all these oxymorons are out here. And for what? Mm-hmm. Well, they know it's over. You see, that's the thing. When people know something's over, they just give up. They immediately throw the white flag in and say, hey, I give up, man. F this. For real. They throw that white flag in. Now, why would they throw the white flag in so fast? Because they know it's over. People act weird and start making changes when things ain't over. They trying to use the election. Oh, the numbers started to drop after Trump won the election. Why would the numbers drop if the Trump won the election if the people voting for Trump ain't going to be watching her anyway? What would that have to do with her numbers dropping because he won? No, this is about the network. The entire network is going to be restructured. So MSNBC is going through an entire restructuring. So it's not just Joy Reid, but because it's a Black woman, she's the reason it's going down. It's just like people outrage. It's always an outrage, but it's fake. Fake outrage. That was terrible how they did such and such. I'll be damned what they do. Yeah, it made no sense the way they treated so and so. Well, what did they do? You see these people on social media now, they just follow whatever the group is saying. That's all they do. They'll sit there and complain about Beyonce's album. Beyonce album didn't get album of the year. Like, I don't think it should have got album of the year. I don't think it should have got the album of the year. But here's the kicker. They not even Beyonce fans. They never even listened to the goddamn album. They just heard Beyonce had a country album and immediately shot down on it. I don't believe in the woke movement and all that craziness. Shit, be aware. See, if you're aware, certain things won't line up to be amiss. That's why I always say, be aware. You'll get a lot further. Well, when you have other people that come along to try to sabotage everything that you've done and built and worked on for years, then you could see how that would relate to anybody who do any work in the world, right? People complain and be outraged over things that they don't even know about or care about. You have conservative people sit there and complain when they only care about their well-being, their neighborhood, and that's it. Whatever thing in their circle, things outside of their circle, they're worried about what's going on in the inner city. Yeah, and we're spending all of this in the inner city, and I don't know why. And well, they just keep complaining. It's like, why would you be concerned with with somebody over there trying to talk about what's fair to them and what isn't fair? And they're not complaining to you about it. They're complaining to the people who are oppressing them or feel like they're doing injustice to them. How is that affecting Barbara, okay, in Hillcrest? Why does Barbara in Hillcrest have a concern? You see, that's where the problem comes in at. It's so many people that's talking and they're part of the problem and they're not part of the solution. And this is what Black people keeps talking about a lot when it comes to the difference between white people and how tone deaf some of them are. They make these comments and they think Black people care about them so much. They don't. Black folks don't walk around thinking about white folks all the time. They don't. They go about their life and their business, and white folks keep thinking about them. Every time Black folks doing something, it's with other Black folks, and they ain't thinking about white folks. Then white folks come around and say, hey, think about us. Why aren't you thinking about us? Then complain that black people thinking about it. Black folks never ask white folks to be part of their solution. They just said, stop being the goddamn problem. Black folks had Black Wall Street, right? White folks didn't like that. They was like, we don't want to do business with you. Y'all just have y'all own thing over there. Fine. We'll have our own thing. They didn't like that. Wherever they went in the world, violence followed. Chaos and violence. Now, if people would just mind their own goddamn business, none of this would even be a story. Why should there be a celebration for Joy Reid her show is going, she'll get another show somewhere else. She might be on CNN. She might just go straight online. She has a following. She got people that want to see her. It's not like there is some massive outrage to get rid of her, like a massive calling for her to be fired. Her numbers on her show was lower than what it was during the election, because during the election time, everybody numbers were peaked up to its highest point. I'm sorry to hear about your mom passing away. But this has been the norm. People are just different, man. They are on a mission. People are so different nowadays, it just don't make any sense. It's all these weird connections, weird filings, weird processes taking place. And nobody seems to know why. There's no answers. There's nothing that people could do. The whole process is all wicked and crazy. And there's just so much going on that other people just don't, they just can't grasp or get their hands around it. Like Robert De Niro don't like Donald Trump. Okay, he don't like Donald Trump. They know that, but guess what? Those people will go out and see Robert De Niro's movie. Ask yourself why. Because that's the way they operate. They operate off feeling. We never put ourselves in groups. We never asked to get put in a group. Who put us in a group? White people put us in a group. We didn't do that. Is what people are is what they going towards. Now I can see if people actually watch Joy Reid's show and they're upset with her but if you upset with her, what are you upset about? Because it can't be because of her freedom of speech and what she believe in, right? And it can't be that. Mm. Well, it's not even close. If you take a look at like what the show was, what everything they brought to the table. I really don't know what's been the going theme for a lot of these people to be so outraged about every single thing. People are so concerned about. Like, what's the outrage for? No, she's got a husband that loves her. She had a bunch of supporters, There's her husband right there. That's Jason. Now, I can see if she's saying something that's completely out of bounds. But to celebrate a black woman getting fired, to me, don't make any damn sense. Unless she's doing such an egregious job. Well, when you oh my goodness. Absolutely. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think we kind of did enough. What made her goofy? He was like, I'm glad her goofy ass is gone. What's so goofy about her? I always say this, man. If somebody's always mad about something, it don't even make sense to me why they upset. Mm-mm. I'm talking about bye, Felicia. Oh, for sure, for sure. But now I'm about to go live on Carcino for Life. I'm gonna go live over there. So, yeah, for sure. I see you. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Parcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world. And I'm just giving my 2 cents on it.